Plaintiffs Cassandra Johnson and her mother Rochelle Owens say Rochelle had a rough upbringing and she has struggled with a drug addiction most of her life. Rochelle believes the defendant may be her long-lost half-sister, whom she hasn't seen since birth, so she petitioned the court for a DNA test. Defendant Vernisa Maxwell says she's been searching for her sister and father for years, and she found Cassandra through an online ancestry test. Vernisa hopes the DNA test proves she and Rochelle are sisters.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. Please be seated.
Okay, and you all are here for a sibling DNA test, I understand.
Yes,
correct? All right, start out with you.
It's an honor to be before you, Judge Mathis.
Thank you.
I've been watching you for 24 years, me and my husband, so I'm very nervous right now. But
He watched with you?
Yes, he was watching with me.
Well, okay.
Yeah, we've been watching you
Most of these
faithfully.
haters don't watch with their wife. Girlfriend, they be mad at me.
No, we
What you like about him? Why you always? That ain't funny. Go ahead.
Oh, but it's an honor to be here before you.
Thank you.
Thank
your husband for watching.
Okay. So, to give a little bit about myself, I'm here for a DNA test for my sister. I knew of my sister. I remember when she was born, but I never seen her again.
How old were you?
I was about 16, 17.
Really?
But I had my own child. So.
So she was birthed by
Another
woman.
mother, yes.
Okay, but
So,
same day.
Yes.
All right. So you remember your dad telling you, or
No.
what?
So I was friends with her mother,
Oh, with
and
her
she
mother.
told me she was pregnant by my dad. And when she had her, my son and her are the same age. But so let me slow down.
Got it.
Oh, let me breathe a little
It's
bit.
okay.
This is my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She did a DNA test for several, and my sister came up. So she's here to help me out too with my trying to explain it.
With this story.
With our story. So just to give you a little bit about my background, my mother passed away when I was born in childbirth with me. So my dad was in and out of my life. I never really had a relationship like that with him because he was here and there all the time. My grandmother raised me, and I got out on my own when I was like 13, 14 years old, using drugs. Went down the wrong path, tried to, just looking for love in all the wrong places with different guys and promiscuous and all that. Had my first child when I was 15.
Who raised you say?
My grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother. So we were very much in the church and all that, and, but there was a lot of things going on back then that, was swept underneath the rug. So I was just looking for love in all the wrong places, got involved with drugs and started going to that as an outlet. So
To kill the pain.
yes, I was really hurt. I was scarred for the church. I was broken. So after that,
How long were you on drugs?
for years.
How many?
Years. I would say probably 30 some years. Yeah. But I did
Narcotics for 30 years?
well, start off smoking weed, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to
that as part of the 30 years. I'm talking
Yes.
about hard drugs.
crack. I was smoking since
Cocaine,
I was
crack.
13. Since I was 13.
13
Mhm.
crack?
Yes.
All right, how's your health?
It's good
Heart?
now.
Your heart all right?
Yes.
No
it is.
heart problems?
No.
Good.
No.
Most of the folks, long-term crack users I know, end up with heart problems. lately.
God has had my back.
Good.
He's been with me.
Congestive heart failure and
Yes.
many others. It's failure.
So
That's amazing.
That's why I got my life together,
Good.
because I knew it was no way out but to get.
How'd you get your life together?
I've been into recovery.
Right.
I went to recovery when I was 17, 18 years old after having a child myself at 15 and being in my own apartment. I stayed out and I got my life together. I was clean for about 8-9 years. And then I relapsed and came back to recovery. And now I'm dealing with staying clean.
So she was birthed by
Another
woman.
mother, yes.
Okay, but the
So,
same day.
Yes.
All right. So you remember your dad telling you, or
No.
what?
So I was friends with her mother,
Oh, with
and
her-
she told me she was pregnant by my dad. And when she had her, my son and her are the same age. But so let me slow down.
Got it.
Plaintiffs Cassandra Johnson and her mother Rochelle Owens believe the defendant may be Rochelle's long-lost sister, whom she hasn't seen since birth. So they petitioned the court for a DNA test.
How long you been in recovery now?
I want to say over a year and 4
How
months.
often you go to NA?
I go every day.
Good.
I
You'll
go.
be all right.
We do online, and I'm surrounded by people that keeps me on track.
Keep going to NA, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
It's
but
when
it's
you
a
stop
struggle,
that
Judge.
NA, pardon?
Judge, it's a struggle.
Yes.
Struggle. It's just an everyday struggle, minute by minute.
Well, it sounds like
You
you
know.
might need to go twice a day. Find
Yeah.
you a location
Well,
twice a day.
In 2011, I had a son that got shot 10 times at 14 years old, just walking home in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Where at? What's this?
West Oakland.
We were in West Oakland. So due to that took me back out there too, but I had to get back on track to take care of my son. And I knew that struggle was going to be hard to do. So I had to really get my life in order. And through that, I had another son. He was playing basketball.
He was 10 at the time.
He was my baby son was 10 at the time when that happened. But he took on my other son's wings and been flying with playing basketball ever since. His name is Keyshawn Johnson. He plays for San Diego State. Number 0.
Okay.
From Oakland, and he's awesome. He's a 3.9 student.
Yes.
He's got a full ride scholarship. Everything is all good. God
San
is really,
Diego State.
That's an exceptional young
my
man.
kids are awesome.
All right.
Yes.
What did you have to say?
Yes, Judge. My name is Cassandra Johnson. I'm 26 years old. My mama had 5 kids. I'm the third child of hers. I'm the middle child. And I just want to say I am very proud of my mom. Despite everything she's been through, she raised her kids to really just be independent and do what they have to do. I just want to say about 6 months ago, I did an ancestry DNA. I initially did it because I wanted to know what tribe in Africa I came from. I'm very aware of, us Black people being institutionally oppressed by society. And I really wanted to look into my roots. I didn't see anybody that I was related to, like firsthand, first cousin or first, until about a month and a half ago. This lady right here, this beautiful lady right here.
Couple of questions so that we can educate our viewers as well about the subject you're mentioning. What African countries came up?
So I'm about 39% Nigerian.
Okay.
I'm about 12% Congolese, middle Bantu people, Eastern Bantu people. You too? Okay. What else am I? I have some Irish in me, Cameroon, and a mixture of different, like European here and there, 2%, 3%.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's our colonizers. That's what I like to say. But
All right, I'm Congo and
Nigerian as well?
no, Nigerian, Cameroon.
Cameroon, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know how much percent you are?
I don't recall. Seems like it might be about 12%.
I'm around that too.
Okay, I know most of it is Congo, the closest part of the Congo, exterior or interior from the water.
Right.
Some people think it's only the coast of Africa that African Americans are from, West Coast, but it's also parts of the interior where where they were captured as they went further in,
Right.
as the oppressors went further in. So thanks for mentioning that, cuz
Yes.
we got two of the same strong percentages of African countries, so
Yes.
who knows?
I'm very aware of, us Black people being institutionally oppressed by society. and I really wanted to look into my roots. I didn't see anybody that I was related to, like first cousin or first, until about a month and a half ago. This lady right here, this beautiful lady right here.
Plaintiffs Cassandra Johnson and her mother, Rochelle Owens, believe the defendant may be Rochelle's long-lost sister, whom she hasn't seen since birth. So they petitioned the court for a DNA test.
Okay, and so with your sister?
My auntie.
Your auntie, I'm sorry, your sister.
Yes,
So it came up as she was my first cousin. It didn't come up if she was my auntie. So she messaged me. She asked me what was my grandfather's name. And his name is Virgil Owens. My mama's last name is Owens. Her last name is Maxwell. But when I seen her picture, it was like, you look like me. But that's how we wind up connecting. She asked me if she knew Virgil Owens, and off the top, I'm like, that's my granddad. That's my granddad. And we just started communicating, sending pictures, and that's how it started. And I seen a similar case on your show, and it was probably like the next day after. And I said, let me call Judge Mathis and see if he can hook us up with a DNA. So
that's reliable one.
Yes,
right.
Exactly. A reliable one.
So glad to hear. Let me hear from you now. And yeah, you have some Bantu features, and you have Nigerian features.
Yes.
All right. I know my African.
And I'm 49%
know my ancestors.
Nigerian. So
What's that?
I'm 49% Nigerian.
Really? Okay. Go right ahead. Give me some info.
Well, I'm Vernisa Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
My maiden name is Owens as well. I didn't grow up with my dad. I knew about my dad. What I didn't know, I can look on my birth certificate and find out. I actually have a younger brother that's a full sibling that's deceased right now. He was murdered in 2015. However,
Your son, how old?
He was 14 at the time.
How old are you?
my brother was almost 28. So.
What city?
West Memphis, Arkansas.
Tough time.
Judge, I want to say my brother is a survivor. He's living. He has 2 bullets right now. Every year, on November 6th, the day he got shot, we have a healing circle for him. Family, friends, we come out, we pray, and we just thank God.
Give him the strength to keep,
because it was a mistaken identity, and it wasn't his time to go. He's a living testimony.
He really is.
And I'm just grateful to just share this story, and I really hope that she is my auntie.
Good.
That part.
Good. Anything else you want to tell
And like I was saying, with my younger brother, it was kind of like the wrong place, wrong time. But it was outside my maternal grandmother's house. He left behind 5 children. I have 6 of my own. Together, me and my husband have 8. And we're raising a niece that just went to the Navy. I moved back to the Bay Area in maybe 2007, looking for my sister and my dad, with no luck. So we was there maybe 5-6 years before we moved back to the South. However, my husband convinced me to do the ancestry. I told him I would. I never did it. I guess I was taking too long, so he went about the DNA kit itself and brought it home. I took it, and maybe a few weeks later, I got the first cousin hit. She was the only first cousin out of maybe 8,000 people that's related on there right now. So I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I see you're from San Leandro. That means you're in the Bay Area. I also see that you're the only first cousin I have. So I'm trying to see if we actually first cousins or there's something more. Come to find out, I was like, I was born in Oakland. I was there for maybe 2-3 years before my mom moved us back to Arkansas. I was like, my dad's name is Virgil Franklin Owens. And that's when she wrote me back. She was like, hey, auntie, that's my granddad. My mom's name is Rochelle, and we took it from there. Mm-hmm. I took it, and maybe a few weeks later, I got the first cousin hit. She was the only first cousin out of maybe 8,000 people that's related on there right now. So I reached out to her, and I was like, hey, I see you're from San Leandro, that means you're in the Bay Area. I also see that you're the only first cousin I have, so I'm trying to see if we actually first cousins or there's something more.
Plaintiffs Cassandra Johnson and her mother, Rochelle Owens, believe the defendant may be Rochelle's long-lost sister, whom she hasn't seen since birth. So they petitioned the court for a DNA test.
All right, and the belief is, tell me what you believe.
I believe it's my sister.
You believe it's your sister?
Yes, and I'm not. Yeah.
Not cousin or
No, no.
I believe that's my auntie.
I'm believing that's my sister.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm hoping
I'm
and
praying and hoping.
hoping and praying.
Life is very precious, and what happened to my brother, it made me really wake up and realize you really got to cherish, your blood and the people that love you. And I really want her to be my auntie. She got, her family, she been through a lot. We've been through a lot. And I just really want to embrace her. And, life is too short. Let's go. We lost a lot of time. Yeah. So I just, want to reconnect.
Well, your hopes and dreams have come true.
All right.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. I feel very relieved.
Yes, me too.
This was it was a surprise. It was a shock. I never, knew I had an auntie.
You got nieces. And
I got cousins. I got, and my uncle, that's deceased. God rest his soul. I wish I could have had a chance to really meet him, but his kids is here and his legacy lives on. And we here now.
We're gonna
so
take care of that.
I'm just happy.
I thought you wouldn't give me.
I'm just extremely happy. I said that. Huh?
Yes.